Hello everyone, this is my Hillstream Loach setup. I finally got some fish. I bought 6 and I put them in about a week ago and they've settled in really well. I put a bit of footage of me letting them out of the bag into the aquarium. I think you've already seen that. And as I said, I bought 6. I got 3 males and 3 females. I picked them out individually. The tropical fish store where I go, he was really patient and he caught each one, and I made sure I was getting three females along with three males, which, you know, I was pleased to get that because I didn't want to buy 6 fish and find that it was all males or all females. So I put them in. They took a couple of days to settle down, and when I first put them in they just disappeared completely, and I thought, oh no, I've lost some. But eventually they gradually started to come out. After a couple of days that was, then I was trying to count them then, which is a bit of a job because I could never count more than 4, but eventually I did manage to count 6. But now I know there's 6 in here because they're out all the time. They're doing really well. They're interesting to watch. There's been lots of interesting behaviour going on. Males chasing the females and even females chasing the males, so hopefully things will work out okay and I'll manage to get some young out of them. These are the reticulated Hillstream Loach. They're about the most common that you can buy in the hobby. They're really, I think they're the most attractively marked as well. So, I was pleased to be able to get them. And like I say, they've settled in really well. You can see them in the video sort of like displaying to each other and chasing each other around. And the tank itself has settled down really well. The floating plants are all growing. I'm getting a nice covering of algae over the rocks, which is a good thing. As I say, the filter in here is just a big sponge filter which has been fully matured in my main aquarium. And I've got a tiny little internal power filter, but that's just to provide a little bit more flow. It's not really doing anything other than that. It was really tiny. It's really meant for a nano tank. So they're doing really well. And it's surprising how quickly they settle down. Once they know there's not a threat, they'll come out, and even now I could be walking about in front of the tank. Even when I'm doing something in the tank, like adjusting the lights or putting my hands in the tank, they're still out and about. So I'm really happy with that. So hopefully in the future I'll get some young. I know that I keep them in really quite hard tap water, and I know they do breed in these conditions because where I got them from, the owner of the store told me that he knows someone that's breeding them in my area, and they're being kept in exactly the same conditions that I'm keeping mine in. And he keeps all his fish in normal tap water, so I've got no worries there. And as you can see, they're really attractive to fish. They're really active and they're great fun to watch. I could spend ages just sat here watching them, watching the antics they're getting up to. I've started to feed them algae wafers, and I'll be varying the food in the future. I'll give them some courgettes and sliced cucumber, spinach. But I wanted to see them settle down first. I didn't want to go loading too much food into the tank before I knew they'd start to eat it. So over the coming weeks I'll gradually vary the diet a bit more, and by which time I should have a lot more algae growing on the rocks. So hope you enjoyed this little video. I'll put some footage up of the fish and some close-up footage, and I'll catch you soon, hopefully, when I get some young to report on. But I think it's just a waiting game now, waiting to see what happens. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon. Look after yourself. All the best, Terry. bye.